Willow the mayor, king of the block. Blue bar reunion, the street on lock. Posters on poles, the buzz on fire. Crowd. Yeah. Lights flashing, shadows dance on the set. Click, clack, the shutter snaps, ain't missing yet. Frames frozen, moments caught mid-pirouette. My lens a magic wand, don't you forget. Your buoy, they waiting on who's next. Capturing visions. Yeah. It's 6. Yeah. Yeah. Lens cap popping, the focus is tight. Shadow paints whispers in the deep of the night. I frame the world sharp, no need to rehearse. Cinematography wizard, I'm the camera's curse. Yeah, boo, they waiting on who's next.
Lucky number 7. We have made it to the number 7 episode of the Shot Callers podcast. We are happy to be here today. We have a great, conversation ahead of us tonight as we have a special guest in the studio. But it has been a great week. I'm so glad to have you all join us back. We are excited to have you here again. For those who are tuning in online, whether you're streaming us on Facebook, YouTube, or listening to us later on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, I am your boy Cavo G, along with my co-host.
Your buoy.
Your boy. They waiting on who next.
So if y'all tuned in last week, y'all know I had me a little drop, a little jingle with my name on it. Your boy cheated me, y'all. I caught myself trying to airdrop it to him, thinking I'm gonna have me a little my little call after I said my name. He was like, it's only one of us.
We'll get put up here, bro. We'll get it put up here. It's my bad. Been in the cluster F with all these grad sheets and everything, so
Nah, I'm not letting it slide.
It's okay. It's okay.
But no, it's all good. You also, if you tuned in last week, we talked everything AI, and we also learned that Yabui may be the brain and mastermind behind AI because he knows everything. Prior to us coming on tonight, he played some more music with us behind the scenes of just some songs that he been working on. Yabui on that beat for the AI beats, y'all. If y'all need a song, hit him up. He charging $50.
$50 a beat, a whole song. $250 with the music video. What?
Hey, one stop shop. You don't even gotta write your stuff. We'll write it for you. No, but seriously, we got some good stuff. But also, more importantly, you all, we have a special guest in the studio with us tonight. When I tell you all, I thought I was a go-getter filmmaker but I've had the opportunity to come cross paths with this local filmmaker from within the Gulf Coast community. And when I tell you, my guy is out here killing it, killing it. He is just, if y'all want a good laugh, y'all be sure to go over and we'll talk more about his YouTube channel where to find him. But I would like to introduce y'all to my guy Maverick.
Hey. Appreciate you, brother.
How you
Appreciate
feel?
man.
How you feel?
Feeling all right, man. I appreciate y'all having me, dog. Your boo, as always, my brother.
What's up?
So tell us about yourself.
Man, I'm just I'm a rapper from Pensacola, and I jumped into the film stuff about maybe like 2 years ago. Really, and like as soon as I started doing it, I just fell in love with
Dang,
it.
really only 2 years.
Yeah, I've been dabbling. Like I wrote some film stuff. I wrote a couple of movies like years ago, but I didn't think I would ever like do it.
Nah, this shit's funny, bro. I remember we used to do those interviews with Cletus.
Yeah, that's where it came
way
from.
back in the day. We go back way back though, bro.
Oh yeah,
Like
a long time.
12 years.
Probably longer than that. I mean,
14, 12.
probably since like 2011, maybe 12.
Yeah, something like 2012.
Yeah, I guess that's about 12 years, 13 years.
2012.
Dang, that's awesome. So, you mentioned Cletus, right? So just tell the people, because we got a lot of listeners and watchers here, who don't know you.
So Cletus is kind of like my signature character. Me and my boy Led, Big Led.
Shout out to Big Led.
Shout out to Big Led,
OG.
my motherfucking my brother. Me and him created these two characters when we was rapping. Just had some skit stuff, and then ended up, doing some videos, and then turned into a whole thing. Really, we got the idea to do the movie from you.
Oh yeah, because I told you to do that shit.
When I started doing the movie stuff, I was doing some serious stuff, and it was kind of hard. And then you had said to her, I don't know what the reason was, but yeah, you just were like, you should do a movie with Bo and Cletus. Oh man, light bulb went off, and I ain't even touched the other stuff since then. I'm just straight on the comedy.
No man, you like Ice Cube, bro. Just because all your stuff is just great music, like just heartfelt music. And then if you look at the music videos, they all have like a concept or a movie concept type deal. So you just translated that from music
we kind of
videos.
been doing that.
Yeah, been doing that. Doing stories. You getting that crime bottle thrown against a wall. Getting beat up all the
visuals
time.
And shit.
We had you doing the Rocky thing. I had you running, doing sets of
See,
push-ups.
that was kind of like an intro to doing some comedy right there already.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Eating the
Didn't
raw
even know
egg.
it.
Oh my god.
Just spitting it out real quick.
Exactly.
So I gotta go back. Y'all talking about stuff I ain't seen yet. So I'm like, I gotta go back and catch up.
Yeah, those are like some old like music videos. That's where we kind of, I guess it came from. And then when he said the Bub and Cletus and started doing the movies, that's probably why it was so easy of a transition for me.
Yeah, check out that Miller Lite video, right?
Yeah, Bub and Cletus, Miller Lite, Shot by Your Buoy. That was years ago. I don't know how that's not viral. I don't. It's fire. It's hilarious. But yeah, Collab Lab, we've been doing the Bubba and Cletus stuff for about 2 years now, heavy on the like filming it.
That's what's up. So y'all, like I was saying, I met you last year or a year before?
Maybe about a year. Well, yeah, it's been at least a year. No, it's been like
I know.
It's coming on 2 because we already did one of your Culture Fest.
Yeah, and I met you before that. Yeah, so I met Mav just out here in the local film community. But when I tell you all, I'm gonna just go ahead and dub him the king of comedy film for Pensacola.
Thank you.
The man does not miss, y'all, and that says a lot. Because for those who know me, like I love comedy, but like it's hard to make me laugh sometimes. And even just like I've had a recent opportunity to read some of his work, seeing it, I laugh at everything. But even like seeing it before it, is actually done on paper. Like I sat today and read something, and I just bust out laughing. Like you just, some people just have it, you all, and Mav has it. So if you are looking for a good laugh, y'all be sure to follow him on YouTube, and we'll talk more in conversation about some of your work and where you get your ideas and stuff from. Cause like, we talked about it before. We've talked about it before, but like with us writing and working on scripts, right? comedy is hard. You know, like you either got it or you don't. And I'm sure for the viewers who are watching it, oh, we got some people in the comments
Lee
now.
Mathis, what's up?
Lee,
Lee,
what's up, Lee?
Lee, yeah, she always says funny stuff. And then Ray
Lee.
Quinn.
Oh, she kills it, man. She's a
Oh,
great
really?
actress.
Yeah. So Lee, let me tell y'all about Lee. Once y'all watch Lee stars in a lot of Amal's film, and she cracks me up every
Oh yeah,
scene.
she kills it. She does a lot of improv too. A lot of that stuff's her ideas.
Really.
Yeah, we do a lot of improv stuff.
I think that's incredible too, because like, and I want to talk about that more as we go through the night, because I think like with comedy, like I'm interested to hear about like how y'all do that with the setup of just like
Yeah, it's a
really
little
just
different.
just selecting
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
yeah, for sure. I think it's easier, man, for me because it's like, it's like I guess I've always just been a fucking goofball anyway, so I just it's just easy transition. But it's easier for me because if you're doing like an action scene or it doesn't have to be dead on point like it does if you're doing an action movie or a serious.
Yeah, because I like for me, I do a lot of drama suspense, so I'm like with the script, but I like from me knowing you and getting to know you and working with you, like I've been uh amazed at just like your work ethic and just how you drive and how you do it,
I
and even like
appreciate
how
that, man.
y'all film the scenes. Y'all do it so many different ways and kind of like pick the funniest one, but it
Yeah,
seems
yeah.
like watching y'all work, you have so much fun even behind the scenes too, right?
Yeah, that's part of the reason why I do it so much, man. It's therapy for me. Like, I get to get lost in this little world and just be goofy as hell for a day, is however whenever we're filming.
All right, home. We got some more comments, y'all. So Ray Quinn said, "I believe I seen their film at your festival, Calvo Griffin.
Oh yeah, I
Those
appreciate
guys
you.
are talented AF."
Appreciate that,
Uh,
man.
and then Carissa Glass said, "Love it."
Hey, Carissa.
Shout out, shout out. This just a little plug. Lee Mathis is starring in Southern Village, dropping on May 15th on Apple TV. Get your pre-orders in.
Shout out to Lee. Shout out to Southern Village. Lee's been out here killing it, so I'm proud of her. But no, seriously. So I want to so just tell us about like for someone who wants to get into film and wants to get into comedy, right? You got any advice for anybody?
um, Man, I guess it's kind of like you said, if you got it, you don't. But yeah, you don't have to make everything funny. That's something I've been running into myself. Like sometimes I try to over funny it and like just sometimes just one or two jokes is funny, and you know what I mean.
I think just the way you create the characters and you set it up, it's just funny just looking at it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. Those visuals,
Just looking at it's funny, and then anything you say,
it's gonna, yeah,
all the direction you give your actors, it's so
that
funny, bro.
for sure. Appreciate you, man.
Also, the ideas, like just the content ideas of the shorts, and just the some of the stuff that y'all. I will tell y'all no spoiler alerts for anything, but like this past Girl Scouts outside of Walmart, every time I saw one, I just looked at them with a side eye a little bit, Uh, but and then just some of the other things that y'all incorporate in some of the films, it's just like is wild. Like, would you say that you pull them from like personal experiences or like when you?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it's like shit that I just see. I just see something and then kind of like apply it that way. It ain't always exact, but then some of it's just stuff I think's funny.
And tell us about the poop behind the dumpster. That inspiration.
That's one, man. That one's gonna go crazy. I've been asked about that like 15 times already. It's like, I live over by my house. There's this ghetto store that uh I actually saw that sign at. So I was just like by the dumpsters, a sign that said, "Whoever's taking a crap back here, if I got you on camera, I'm kicking your ass," or whatever. So I actually took a picture of the sign and like I knew in my head right then I was like, I'm putting this in a movie, and then I wrote it out that same way and just changed it to me being the whatever.
So, with your inspiration for characters, right? Like, would you say that? I guess my question is for you: is like, do you watch other comedy movies? Like, what movies influence like your comedy tone?
Shit. The Bubba and Cletus stuff's probably closest to like Trailer Park Boys because it's like the trailer park. It's kind of real similar to it, but the crazy thing is like we had did Bubba and Cletus. I never saw trailer. I knew what it was, but I never watched the episode before that. And then I watched it. I was like, dude, that's like so similar. It's like they're like the Canadian version of us almost. We're like the southern redneck version of Trailer Park Boys.
Do you watch a lot of like? So now that you've been doing that, do you watch a lot of that now, or do you just kind of like?
Oh yeah, I've watched them all. And as soon as I've seen how similar it was, I watched them all, and I was like, I want to make sure I don't copy none of their stuff, but at the same time, I was like, man, they're good. Like some of it was like, I know I can't do that, but we got our own style. It's a little different.
I think that's what makes y'all unique for real. But like, do you watch any other comedy movies, or are you a big comedy fan?
Yeah, always been. That's probably why it's so easy because I always just I love like Will Ferrell and all that goofy.
I love Will Ferrell.
Yeah, Will Ferrell.
What's your favorite Will Ferrell movie? I just gotta ask.
Old school, bro. Or Blaze of Glory.
Oh shit.
Or Talladega Nights.
Yeah,
all those.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Talladega Nights is a good one. That's gotta be like top 3. Step Brothers.
Fucking. And the basketball one, Tropic Thunder.
No, he wasn't Tropic. Tropic Thunder's a good. That was one of my favorite.
I love Tropic Thunder too.
Tropic what?
Tropic. The Tropics, where they had to win to get 4th place.
Yeah, that was the name of their team.
2000.
Everybody loved everybody.
The one with the basketball.
Yeah.
That was good.
Semi-pro.
Semi-pro. Yes.
Yeah,
I love all.
Anchorman too.
Anchorman.
Yeah, classic. Well,
he don't miss much.
Yeah.
No, he don't miss.
Y'all list in the comments. Y'all drop y'all favorite comedy movie in the comments too, since we talking about it. Ray said his comedy is so organic. Keep it up.
Hey, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, Natasha.
Natasha said, "Go Maverick." Yeah. But I wanted to ask you if you watch a lot of comedy movies, right? So y'all, like I'm getting into like horror and stuff. I don't watch a lot of scary movies. I realized, since I've been working in film, I realized I don't watch a lot of movies in general. And so now that I'm really diving into it, I'm going back and watching movies. But I want to, I always ask, I talked to you about it, Yabu, and I wanted to ask you the same thing, Merritt. That's why I was like, do you watch a lot of movies? Is that like where your passion kind of stemmed from, or was it just kind of like something that you found?
Yeah, I've always loved movies and stuff, and then now ever since I started doing them, it's ruining a lot of movies for me now. Now I'm picking everything apart. Like, God,
exactly.
Why'd they do that? Oh, that's stupid. They could have did. Yeah.
Exactly. Unpopular opinion. I just started watching Heat. Kind of trash.
Watching what?
Heat.
Heat.
A lot of people love that movie. Al Pacino, Robert De Niro.
Oh, Heat. Eat. It's called Eat.
Heat.
Like
Heat.
Yeah.
Like Miami Heat.
Don't know it.
I mean, everybody quotes it, and it's like a classic movie. And I just started watching it, and a little bit trashy to me.
It's called Heat.
Heat. Yeah, Heat.
Al Pacino.
Have y'all heard of this movie in the comments? Because I've never.
That's a big. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So, what you watching it on? Is it a movie?
Netflix.
Oh.
No, I'd be editing and watching movies at the same time.
On Netflix 2 nights ago, I watched the movie Psycho. Y'all know that movie? Psycho?
Like the OG Psycho?
Yeah, the black and white one. Yeah, with the shower scene. He like
Mm-hmm. Did you like that?
I did. So have you seen it?
Yeah, man, it's been a long time since I've seen that movie.
I have never seen it.
I've seen the newer ones, the ones in color.
I didn't even know
like
they had
90s.
one in color.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I watched it for the first time, and everyone always referenced that like one shower scene, and so I thought that like I didn't know what it was about. I thought it was about a serial killer, which I guess it is, but like it's a lot more to it, and it was good. So if y'all haven't seen that, I recommend y'all go back and watch that. It's
Alfred Hitchcock, right?
Yeah.
I want to just ask something real quick. Let's just give shout out to your production team, bro.
Oh yeah. Shout out to my team, man. Ty and Carrie, man, they're the shit. Their production's amazing. I love working with them and shit. They're like family now. And then shout out to all my actors, man. Everybody, like if it wasn't for them, this shit wouldn't be half as good. They make it hilarious. A lot of them have their own ideas and stuff too. Like we all work together.
Collaborative efforts always.
Yeah, it's a collab lab for real, for sure.
I think that's what like filmmaking is. You know, a lot of times, and I'm glad that y'all brought this up too, because you know a lot of times like we'll say like, all right, it's Mal's film. You know, he wrote it or something like, or he directed it. Whoever, like they kind of try to attribute like film to like one person. You know. But like it really is, and it really does take like a good team to
make a good movie.
Yeah,
for sure.
And then even better, like I like how you were just just kind of giving the props to your people, because once you find a good team, like a good solid team, it helps. You know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
All right, let's see. We got some more comments. Ray was saying scary movie franchise with the Wayans. A classic. Oh, he was. Oh, when I was saying, what's the
with
favorite?
the Wayans.
The first,
the Wayans,
with
the other ones with the Wayans, yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's probably one of my favorite comedy movies to quote.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I had some funny thoughts in my head, but I'm gonna keep moving, y'all. So, we'll continue talking with Maverick as the show goes on. But let's get into this real rundown, y'all. So this is the segment of the podcast where I just talk about current events going on in Hollywood.
Go ahead.
All right. Check it. I know
I'm just pulling up the stuff for the next segment.
Okay. So if you're looking for what I put out, it's in the folder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, you're so prepared, bro.
Episode 7.
Let me pull it up.
Also, your boy, if you want to, I'm gonna airdrop you a link to that I want to kind of like play a little bit of in a minute. Sure. All right. So coming back to the real rundown, right? So things going on in Hollywood and cinema. The first thing I want to talk about is L.A. So it came out this past week that the L.A. filming label, the L.A. filming levels hit an all-time low, which is crazy, right? Because it's L.A. Like productions are supposed to be going on all the time. Like we not in a pandemic, we not in a strike. Like what's going on, right? But it showed that it was reported that Los Angeles film and television production continues on the downward spiral, with LA reporting a 22% decrease in shoot days over the first quarter of 2025, right? So that's crazy, right?
That's crazy.
Like, and so I did a little more digging into it to figure out, like, all right, why is production going down? And I hit a button.
Got it right here, bro.
Okay. And so it went down, and it was attributed to the fact that production is now taking place in different areas outside of LA. So this is a great stuff for us, right? Because
wonderful for us.
Like you can now and I had this conversation yesterday with someone, like a lot of people feel that you have to go to LA to be in productions and to make it in the thing. But like because of technology and because of different platforms and stuff, like a lot of productions and a lot of stuff is going on and taking place outside of LA, which unfortunately for the people who live there, is going to like a decrease of production in that location, but it's really growing in different other areas, right?
Tyler Perry Studios,
yeah,
50 Cent in Shreveport,
yeah.
Cat Williams bought that base in Alabama, so yeah.
And then, like, you know, we were talking with Jeff a couple weeks ago, and he was talking about how production was coming up in like New Orleans and like other places. So, like, really, people are learning that they can make great work in their backyards.
Yeah.
And because of so many different platforms and stuff, you can easily like make good quality stuff and upload it from where you're at. Another thing that did kind of like attribute to the downward spiral for LA is like film incentives, right? So like other states like Georgia and New Orleans and stuff have higher film incentives, meaning that like the more money you spend, the more you get like a tax write-off, a tax credit and stuff. Meaning that because of that, more productions are now, well, we'll say more major productions are now starting to film like in other areas because you know I can get more off on the back end.
Exactly.
Use it.
Right.
I can make whatever location this is look like however I want it to look You know, with
I don't need to go.
yeah, I don't have to make it. I don't have to shoot in LA. I could shoot somewhere else and still make it look like LA or wherever. And so that has kind of like a tribute to that downward spiral of production.
So they did it to themselves.
They, you know,
Doing it to yourself.
but on the flip side, though, another thing that I found in the real rundown for today is that YouTube hit a record high for TV usage in March, according to the Nielsen study. You know, the Nielsen is like the famous thing where they gauge like what shows are doing good and what platforms are doing well, right? And YouTube hit a record high for TV usage in March with Prime Video's reacher, Prime Video, which is Amazon, coming in second for streaming platforms. And so that's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, very cool. And that, like I said, it's opening it up for us. So we
So,
can drop off on YouTube.
Yeah, I like that. I feel like, you know, part of that, what you was gonna say?
My bad. Yeah, I had somebody was telling, because, you know, we dropped the stuff, the collab lab, we've been dropping stuff on YouTube. I had somebody tell me, like, YouTube, man, everybody goes to YouTube. Why are you dropping your shit on? That's why. It's the biggest platform. So everybody's watching, man.
And then when you think about, like, so quality TV, right? There's some quality stuff on YouTube, you know? We talk about Tubi now, right? Because Tubi is a free platform. But when you think about it, like, YouTube was the first really free platform.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, that's how we got our come up, is just dropping on YouTube. Speaking of which, shameless plug. On April 27th, y'all be sure to go follow Force Studios YouTube, because the Peppermint Lady will be dropping.
Can't wait to see that one.
That's me fire.
And so y'all be sure to go follow Force Studios YouTube and be on the lookout for the Peppermint Lady season 1. It will be dropping weekly starting on the 27th. But back to YouTube, right? So YouTube has an all-time high record TV. So don't sleep on YouTube, even if you're a watcher or a creator. Yeah, go check it out, because there's a lot of great stuff. Like, you got 3 incredible filmmakers in the room right now.
Boom.
And all of our work is on YouTube. So don't sleep on this. Moving on to the next thing in the real rundown. I got 2 more things I want to talk about. So the Oscars is introducing a new category, which is the stunt design category, which is, you know, Oscar given to like the best, I guess, stunt designers or stunt doubles for movies and stuff. And so this will start in 2028. I think that's kind of cool, because, you know, we watch a lot of action movies and there really be some like incredible stunts that be going on. So like,
nobody really you know, most people don't think I wonder who designed that.
Yeah, I mean, we just watch a good
You're just thinking of whoever's doing it, like,
right.
Yeah, whoever the actor is that's doing the stunt.
Like, damn, this is a good fight scene.
Yeah.
Like, but, you know, us working behind the scenes, and I'm sure more so you now, because you do some stunts and your stuff. More than what I'm doing. Like, you gotta kind of like have a flow or rehearsal, or just kind of like map out like how it's gonna play. Some stuff is kind of improv, you know, but like it's a real, like, for really big action packed movies.
Yeah, that choreography.
They got to,
because
right. If it's not right, people die. You know, there's been incidents throughout history where that has happened, and so
Bruce Lee's son.
Did he die?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I was on a major set one time for Watchmen, and they did. I was right there when they did a big stunt scene, and they did a bunch of rehearsals. Man, we were there for like 12 hours.
Yeah, and then I
for one scene
about also every time I think about stunts, I think about what's my guy name?
Jackie Chan?
No, not him. American.
Statham?
No, not him either. Mission Impossible. Tom Cruise.
Oh, he does crazy.
You know,
he does his own stunts.
He does.
I didn't know that.
And
you know that scene where it's on the airplane?
Yeah. Top Gun. Yeah. Okay, I remember hearing something about it. I didn't know he just did his own stunts.
Hanging outside the airplane
with
while
the new
the
new Mission Impossible.
Oh, now he did this recently? The new. Oh my God.
He's like 80.
Yeah, he's too old for that. What the fuck?
And so we got some comments. I want to come back to them, but like in the last Mission Impossible, right? They had to halt production because like he jumped from one rooftop to a second one, and when he landed, like he broke his wrist or something. Like he hit the impact too hard. But he always does incredible stunts. So I think he is deserving of an award, and whoever choreographs this stuff is as well. I do want to bounce real back to the comments. Shout out to Mitchell Sneed for tuning in. Mitchell said, "Why do y'all think LA is falling off?" And Ray said, "Would you say LA is losing its charm, especially since technology can create whatever you want?" Uh, y'all want to chime in on that?
I think like we were saying earlier, all the incentives to go to different states. There's more opportunities. You can go to Tyler Perry Studios. There's probably a cheaper rate.
Yeah,
Probably more
LA's
different
overcrowded
talent.
too, man. Everybody
Yeah.
already moved there to try to make it.
Exactly.
And it's
All the
expensive.
taxes you
Expensive,
have to
oh
pay
my
just to
God,
live in
yeah.
LA in California.
They're trying to get away from that. That's
Exactly. So everything, Houston and Dallas, so
So I mean I wouldn't say it's falling off, but I would say that it may be losing its charm, only due to the fact that like there's a rise in charm for other locations.
that's fair. That's fair.
That's just my personal take on it. People still go to LA. I still want to go to LA, and do great things. But
weather's
like,
always nice over there. Never rains in Southern California. Yeah. Go
never,
ahead,
I'm not gonna sing it.
go ahead bro. Sing it.
Uh, Y'all have to tune into my other podcast that's not created, where you can listen to the soulful sounds of Calvo.
Karaoke Calvo.
Karaoke.
That's hilarious. But speaking of LA and then just filmmakers in general, right? So tonight, and tomorrow, well, tonight it comes out, but officially tomorrow, Ryan Coogler's new movie, Sinners, drops. I'm excited to see that. Have y'all been following Sinners with Ryan Coogler, starring Michael B. Jordan,
My
playing
wife
twins?
wants me to watch it. I really want to watch it, and you talk about it every week. I do want to watch it.
Hey man, I'm excited about the movie for sure. But if y'all haven't, I'm sure a lot of people probably. Before I jump, Ray said so. Cost effectively is at the forefront of it. I believe so. Like the cost of being there and the cost to produce movies there is like one of the things that's really like going against LA.
Yeah,
and
if you
leading.
can make a movie in Alabama for a quarter of the price, why would you do that?
True. Speaking of which, I worked on the movie that was actually took place in LA in real, like it's based off a real story called Jesus Revolution. It starred Kelsey Grammer. But the movie actually takes place in LA. But
Oh, really?
they filmed like story wise it takes place in LA, right? But they filmed like 80% of the movie in Alabama.
Oh, that was a great movie.
And
You watched it?
Oh, yeah, so you
very
couldn't even
good.
tell,
I was
huh?
watching. I was like, oh, and then it gets yeah. I love that movie.
Yeah. So I had an opportunity to work on that film, and so it was shot. A lot of it was shot like Mobile, Fairfield, like that kind of.
Oh yeah, did that. What did you do on set?
I was a set PA.
What?
Yeah, so it was a good time.
Big up to Abdul doing set PA over there at
Shout out to Abdul.
Snowfall. Shout out to Abdul. Shout out to Chad.
Shout out to the team.
Yep. Boom in the shot.
Boom in the shot. But one thing I was going back to Ryan Coogler is that like their press tour has been mad crazy for real. And he's really been pushing people to go see it in theaters because they use like one of the most heavyweight IMAX cameras known to man to shoot this film, right? And so it's like this viral video going around where he's like kind of breaking down the different strips of like film and what it looks like, and that thing is like massive.
Oh, really?
But yes,
So you do recommend watching IMAX?
he recommends, and I recommend too. I haven't seen it yet. However, Jeff,
Yep.
we talked to Jeff. Jeff had an opportunity to go see it live at the premiere, and
What?
he worked on the film.
Oh yeah, he did a set direction or set
Art department.
art
Yeah.
department.
Mhm.
Yes.
And so he said it was amazing, and everybody else who's seen it, since I've been following, has been talking like that is one of the best films of the year. So I plan on hopefully going to see that later on. But really, what I want to attribute it to is, we had been talking in the past about like going to the movie theaters or watching at home. I want to ask you real quick. Do you go to the movie theaters or do you stream at home?
Yeah, I don't go to the theaters, man. I ain't win years.
Boo.
I ain't win years.
Bro.
Terrible.
How many kids you got, bro?
A lot. They go. I mean, they'll go to the movies and shit, but I just haven't went myself.
Yeah.
It's been probably
if
2
you can take
years,
care of
3
kids,
years
how much
since I
is it gonna cost, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not taking all of them.
Exactly.
Not all at once.
But would you go to the movies by yourself though, without your kids?
I mean, I would, but I don't really go.
It's tough, bro.
So
you got kids and family.
So don't
it's
have
tough.
kids,
no,
I'm just feeling.
if I had no
If
kids,
I was solo,
I'd
yeah,
be at the movies.
Yeah.
Don't have kids, y'all. You can't go to the movies.
Go to the movies, bro. Go to the movies all you can.
Let me write that down.
The only movie I go to is any animated cartoon movie. That's what I go to. But thanks to YouTube, all that stuff's on YouTube. So put that,
Shout out to YouTube
Paw
again.
Patrol, 120 minutes, hit play. It's a wrap. Bro. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, not
I'm
not
just
Paw
now
Patrol
getting away
but...
from Cocomelon, dude.
Huh? Yeah.
I'm just getting away from Cocomelon.
Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah, we're from Cocomelon to Paw Patrol.
So yeah.
There'll probably be something next.
I love that for y'all. I can't relate.
They not like us. They not like us.
But no, so yeah, if y'all ever get a chance to go to the movies, y'all do that, because I stream at home sometimes, but I'm an avid movie theater goer. I love just going, and it's just something about that experience. So, I might gift that to y'all one day, like give y'all a gift card. You get to go to the movies. You get to go to the movies. We're gonna start a giveaway in the chat. I'm just but no, seriously, the whole thing with Ryan Coogler was he's just really trying to encourage people to go back to the movie theaters. They shot with, and it was also the first film ever shot where a female DP used the IMAX camera. And so, yeah,
Okay.
I can't remember her name at the moment, but yeah, so it's kind of like a breaking records in history in that sense. So, I'll let y'all know how the movie was next week when we get on the podcast. But moving forward, though, it's expensive to shoot with IMAX film. That's one thing that he really talked about doing. But also, outside of shooting with IMAX films, y'all, it's expensive to make a movie. Can we talk about that?
Yes.
Because
let's put all three of us in this beat.
Filmmaking is expensive, y'all. It is. I feel like for people watching, and no offense to the viewers because we love y'all and we definitely thank y'all for support. But I get asked a lot, like, hey, when you gonna make this film? Or like, when you gonna do this, right? But I don't think people fully comprehend how much it takes to make a movie, right? Of quality.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me add that in there. And no shots to anybody. But it takes skill, it takes time, it takes talent, and it takes funds.
Yeah.
All of that.
And some. Yeah, for sure.
Y'all feel free to chime in.
First y'all gotta write the film, bro. First you gotta write the films.
Yeah, first you gotta write it, have some kind of good idea. Then you gotta figure out do I have the actors to do the first. A lot of people hit me with like, man, you should make a movie about this, or I got an idea for a movie about this and that. And it's like a war movie or like a prison movie or something. You know how hard it is to get those locations and those amount of people and special effects.
No, seriously, because I get it. We talked about this too, and we love y'all. Thank y'all for sharing y'all ideas, but it is expensive, and I'm glad that you brought locations up, right? Because locations play a lot into breaking down a budget, right? I will say thank you to everyone who has ever let me use their location, their business, their house, their parking lot.
Same here.
Because I will say, for us being filmmakers, specifically on the Gulf Coast, and then more so specifically the Pensacola area, right? Shout out to Pensacola. Give some to Pensacola real quick.
Oh, also, shout out to the people that don't call the cops when we use their locations without the permission. Shout out to y'all.
Because shout out to Guerrilla Filmmaking because
Hey.
I just dealt with that Sunday.
someone called the cops.
Yeah. It's the second time we've had the cops call on us.
It's all good. Just pivot. You find another location. Reshoot this thing.
Well, this time they weren't mad at us. We were on a property and some dude touched the door or something and
touched the door.
Yeah, he touched. I don't know what he did.
Like to the house or a car?
It was like the back. It was like a shop door to the back, but I guess the dude had a camera light on it or something. He said he just touched it. He didn't go in there or nothing. But another time the trailer park people called them on us. They didn't like us filming out there.
Oh man.
It's about y'all. This is a documentary.
No, not a documentary.
You're making fun of our way of life. They were pissed, dude.
Y'all take me off camera. Oh God, that cracked me up. I'm sorry. No, but seriously, back to the topic though. Shout out to Pensacola because Pensacola does, for the most part, outside of the trailer park that called the.
You know that your people stay in that trailer park too, don't they?
People I know.
Yeah.
People you know.
Oh shoot, I'm weak around here. I'm sorry y'all for laughing, but that just cracked me up. But still, shout out to Pensacola because a lot of businesses and locations let us use and film stuff for free. With that being said, I've had the opportunity to go other locations, more specifically Atlanta, and work on productions. And, you'd be surprised at the stuff that people make you pay for. Like, you have to pay for everything out there. Houses.
You know, that's probably why they're moving out of LA. Don't you have to get permits for every single thing in LA?
Yeah.
Like every little thing you have to do?
But it's the same way in Atlanta for sure. Like, I will say, like, a recent project I shot at, I worked on it's April now. I worked on it in March. I was out there assistant directing for this independent student film, and they shot downtown in this, like, it wasn't Atlanta. It was one of the little smaller cities in Georgia. But they just had like a shot where the actor was just walking through the town, right? And they had to get a permit to shoot that.
Just walking down the street.
Walking down the street. They had to get a permit to shoot from the city of this man like just walking down the street.
That's crazy. But we're not sponsored by Storyblocks. But if you're in Atlanta, New Orleans, New York, you need drone shots or stock footage, Storyblocks. You need to sponsor us, bro. You can cover it with that.
That was beautiful. Y'all be sure to sponsor off that. But no, yeah, you have to get a permit for everything. A parking lot, everything. Even if it's so that goes down to the film commission though. There's no film commission in, sadly, Pensacola or Escambia County. And so we have a freer range of shooting things. However, other places have very strict film commissions, which are kind of like people who, film commission mandates the film for the local areas and push for film initiatives and other. We go down the rabbit hole with the film commission. Shout out to the film commissioners who are out there because they fight for the people. However, yeah, you gotta get a permit for everything, and location permits are not cheap, y'all. Like, when I say not cheap, I'm not just talking about like $100. Like, some people pay like hundreds, like $200, $300, $400, $500 for permits to film at like locations for like an hour or a couple hours. And we all work in film. Like, time is not by our side when filming, and so time is money in film, which it's definitely like it's hard. It's a struggle because one, when you talk about we're just talking about locations now, but there's so much more we're gonna get into detail about like the cost of stuff. But when you just in general making film, time is like everything is about a minute, and that goes by the cast, the crew, the location, the rental equipment. If you have to rent equipment, and it takes a long time to make film sometimes, y'all. Like, I wanted to ask you, since we got you in the studio, Maverick. So, like, how long is your typical film, like on YouTube? How long, like runtime, like five,
Well,
10 minutes or so?
yeah, the ones we got on there,
Mhm.
they're about 15 minutes.
How long does it usually take you to shoot it?
Oh, probably like 3 shoots, maybe 2 shoots if we're lucky. Maybe like 5 to 8 hour shoots. Probably like 15 hours, 20 hours or something for that.
So yeah, so you probably work about what, like 20, you'll say about 20, 24 hours for
Something like
a
that, yeah.
complete day, right?
Give it a give or take.
For like a 5 to 10 minute film.
Yeah, 10, 15 minutes, yeah.
And then you get people like, oh, I just have an idea for a short film. It'll be real easy. It'll be
Yeah.
real easy. They get
Yeah,
it
real
all
easy.
the time, right?
Yeah.
It'll be
Yeah,
easy.
really, you got to do the concert with 1,500 people in this audience.
But no, that, like I was saying, that it's expensive to make films, right? So I did some research, right? And so break down by department with real world examples, right? We talked in the past, like production is broken down into different parts, 3 different parts: pre-production, production, post-production, right? So when we look at the breakdown of what percent goes for what, right? Pre-production is like 5 to 10%, right? A lot of people don't think about putting money into pre-production, which is actually like money to write the script. You got to think about like script. When you think about writing the script, it might be free for us to write the script, right? But the software to write the script on is not free, you
No,
know.
it's not.
Uh, Also, money into like looking for casting. Casting may be free, but the platforms to cast are not free. And then even if you hire a casting director, that costs money. Location scouts and permit, we just talked about that. That costs money. A lot of locations also, you have to get insurance for the
Mm-hmm.
locations, or you have to get insurance for like equipment rentals. Like all of that has a cost to it. So that's like 5 to 10% of like what people will put the budget towards, right? And then it says like 50 to 60% of like a total film budget goes to like production, right? So that goes into like paying the cast and crew, equipment rentals, location fees, meals. That is one thing I want to talk about, y'all.
Meals.
Meals. So like for us, right, on the real, we are low budget filmmakers because it takes money to make films. We like making films, but however, you don't always have the money to make films, right? And that's okay. When not having money to make films, it's always like, I'm sure you do it, I do it with productions I do, and you the same. Like it is no problem, put this disclaimer out there. It is no problem with making a movie for free or with low budget, right? Meaning what we consider passion projects, where you're doing it as a passion because you don't have the money to produce the film. So that means like you may have crew come on and you may have actors come on uh, to work at little or no cost, right? But
Gotta
and
feed them.
you have to feed these
Gotta
people,
feed 'em.
so that's
Mhm.
still a production cost. Cause you can't have people out here working like 12, 14, 6, 8, 10 hour days and not feeding them. And then, but when you think about that, if you have
Damn hot and ready, boy. I mean,
right,
that's what I always get.
a pizza, a sub, or anything, you just gotta feed them. Like crafty is what we call it on set, right? So that's where you got all your snacks too throughout the day. Like you gotta provide that. So that's still when you think about like a total cost, right? You might have a 5 person crew, you might have a 5 person cast, you might have some extra people.
Yeah.
You looking like at 10, 15 people trying to feed them to make sure that they are satisfied, because nobody wants to
Because they're
work and
doing
be
this for free. And
right. Nobody
Mhm.
wants to work and be hungry. Like you gotta calculate that into production costs. So just something else to think about, right? Y'all want to chime in before I move on?
Working with El Rico at first with the low budgets, started with no craft, but as time went on, like with Southern Village, and we had meals every time, spaghetti, like all types of stuff. He would bring in people to, so yeah, definitely you have to grow in your craft. Before, like when we shot Sacred, like I would take my boys out, we eat out every day, and I would do it on my dime. So they're working there for free.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you gotta feed those guys, the PAs and everybody that holds the boom audio. You gotta take care of them because they're the backbone of the movie.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I mean, it all comes down to like taking essentially just taking care of your people, right? Because when you treat people right, you feed people, they work hard. Like uh, I I started laughing while you were talking, not because of what you were saying, you're booing in my head, but I thought about what Mav said. $5 hot and ready. So I did that before. I
Boom.
feel like the last production I did that I fed people for, because sometimes if it don't cost for a meal, I don't provide a meal. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah. If it's a short
yeah,
shoot or
yeah,
something, yeah, somebody you only need them for 30
of-
minutes or an hour or
yeah.
something.
Um, but we did $5 biggie bags,
Oh yeah.
spice it up a little bit,
Yeah. Yo, shout out to Chad.
Yo,
Chad Grams, what
I
up,
love you,
homie?
bro.
shout out to Chad for real, y'all.
Chad
Yeah.
again.
We also got Benjamin Coat in the
Oh
comment.
yeah, that's my boy, man.
He
He
said-
let us use his trailer park one time.
He said, I like to support Maverick. I let him do a film at the old trailer park. It was the
Yeah, man.
coolest thing ever. I enjoyed watching what they had.
Yeah, that was good people, man. He just let us lay it out. We do whatever we want out there.
Shout out to Benjamin.
And then he moved, and we couldn't. We had to find a new trailer park. I
Dope.
keep having to move locations.
That's funny. So, sorry, going back, right? Post production, which is the final step of like filmmaking, right? So a lot of people think that from a broader standpoint, once you get done rolling the camera, that the movie is done, right? But all of us can attribute and attest that that is really when the movie begins and the hard
Exactly.
work begins. Because y'all, editing is not fun, and it is not cheap. Because a lot of times, I think all of us kind of like know how to edit, but still, you got to find like an editing software, or you have to find an editor, which is hard to do at times. Uh, and then you got to pay for like lighting and sound and
Oh
uh
Lord.
outside of like, yeah, it's a lot of just, if you got special effects, you got to find someone to do that. You got to just find
Audio.
Audio. Bro, I paid so much per month.
Your face just.
yes, audio, because I feel like for me, I'm glad you said that. Like audio, people boom in the shot.
Boom in the shot. Time code. Get time
Audio
code,
is
guys.
a struggle.
You use time code?
Nah,
Time code is the time saver of all.
Are you familiar with time code?
Not really. What is it?
Basically, I have these little devices. Let me see if I got one over here. I did on our TikTok like a couple episodes ago.
Yeah, dude, we're
There you
like
go.
cavemen. We go rogue. We
No,
just
no, but like when it comes to editing, because like
It's
I
a
have
saver in it.
I do all this sound. So these things right here, boom. Time code. It's called Tentacle Sync. Or DD make one. Basically, you just hook this up to your.
that's not a portable mic here. That's a wireless
No,
mic.
no, yeah. All it is it's called time code. What it does is that you take your external recorder right here, you stick this into here, boom.
Oh wait,
Okay,
can you use this as TED Talk?
I already did this.
Oh wait, all right.
So we were just rehashing.
Okay, sorry.
I'm sorry. So you stick this into your external recorder. There's another one that you get. You stick it into your other cameras,
Sorry.
and then when you go to edit, you just hit sync. All this audio in here lays right on top of your footage.
So what if you shoot multiple days?
That's fine. It syncs it all up.
Oh, really? So you just have to have.
So all the great audio that you recorded with this device right here, it goes right onto your footage. Boom. Just like
Damn.
1 second.
So you don't even have to go find it or nothing.
No.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah. So yeah.
I might have to see if my crew knows about that. They
I
probably
mean,
do.
they
I'm sure
probably do.
Yeah, they probably do.
They probably don't. Who's editing, you or them?
Nah, they edit it.
Yeah,
My
so
boy is.
I mean, but it's just for like longer films and stuff, and then you're just shooting multiple days, and you don't have time to like label everything.
Right.
Yeah, these you just hit this boom. This saves me like hours and hours and hours and hours of.
He might already have that because he told me, because I asked him about it one time. I was like, that's probably hell for you, you know, since we're shooting this day, that day, you know. He's like, nah, it ain't too bad.
Yeah, that's why I don't even use the little clapper thing
Clapper?
anymore.
Right. Yeah, we don't use the clapper.
I be using the clapper.
We should.
I said I'm old school. I be using the clapper.
Now it is good when you're trying to just skim through and look for the footage, and you can see the little frame, the first frame, when you edit. But yeah, I should use it. I've gotten lazy, but you're the preparation guy, so
I don't know. Maybe sometimes. But that clapper be helping me, y'all. But I need a time code because it is a struggle trying to sync audio. It's like my
Oh shit.
It's the
it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, this happens all the time because
it's the worst.
I broke
part.
the camera.
No, you didn't. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, it's just the worst part for me. All right, so coming back real quick, just to recap what I've been talking about since production, right? So production costs broken down into three major parts, right? But I actually forgot that it's a last part that most people forget about, right? So when we think about production for and budgeting, right? A lot of people budget for pre-production, which we kind of did a rundown of that. Production, which is actually shooting it, and post-production, which is editing and putting it all together, right? But what I found recently that a lot of people, just from conversation, as well as just in general with preparation, don't put money towards in their budget, which I am been kind of like studying and finding more important in recent times, is distribution, right?
Oh yes, that's very
Because
important.
you gotta like have money for distribution to figure out how to properly get your work out there, right? Of course, like we talked about in our conversation tonight of us just like putting it on YouTube, right? Which is cool. Like we do that. We hope y'all follow and watch it, right? But also distribution as far as like filmmaking and budgeting wise also like includes money for film festivals, right? If you want to, cause y'all, I don't know if y'all put y'all stuff in film festivals, but that is expensive,
And it adds up, bro.
and it
If you want to put 5,
does.
6, 7
Some of them don't even
festivals,
have to play your. They don't even have to put
They-
it on there.
they
You
don't.
pay them $200 and they don't even play your shit.
exactly.
Like seriously, like you like so. Let me tell y'all real quick, cause I got something to get off my chest. People be like, "Hey, Calvo, why you don't put your stuff in the film festival?" Because it's expensive. And there's no way you can if you're gonna get in there. So breaking it down for you, right? Production costs for a film festival, right? An average submission fee to submit in the film festival is looking right now today's time $30, right? For one festival. So saying, all right, I want to submit my film. I just made a film. I want to submit it into a film festival, right? $30. If I submit it into 4 film festivals, that's $120 right there. So submitting does not mean selected. So you could submit, that means that you submitted your film to a festival, right? But then people at the festival have to select it. A lot of people, give credit to winning film festivals, but the real award here is being accepted into a film festival. Uh,
Great
because
segue. How about your film festival? Does anybody have to pay to get in your film festival?
you do, and so you all can please feel free. Thank you for that shameless plug here. Coming up here in the next month on May the 31st will be the Films for the Culture Film Fest, which will be taking part of the Gulf Coast Culture Fest festival that takes thank you that takes place in downtown Pensacola on May the 31st at Seville Square. We are currently in the late deadline registration for the Films for the Culture Film Fest. So if you are a filmmaker listening or watching us currently at this moment, feel free.
Jermaine J. Williams.
Shout out to Jermaine.
Hey,
Feel free to go to filmfreeway.com and submit your film by searching Films for the Culture Film Fest. The late registration fee is $30. But the regular registration fee was $20. However, if you're listening right now and you hear the sound of my voice, you can use the promo code Culture25 to get a discount off your submission for the film.
What was that promo code again to get a discount?
Culture, Culture 25 for a discount for your submission. So back to my story, right? Y'all submit, but back to my story. $30 to submit, right? I submitted the 4 film festivals for $120. And how many? And you know how many you probably gonna get in?
How many?
None of them, because you should have submitted to 6. But if you would have submitted to $6, 6 festivals, that's $180. And guess how many you probably would have got in? 1 or 2. You might have got in 2. So it's really like a terrible ratio for submissions to selections. And it is expensive. Therefore, when you are working on the budget for your film, you should allocate funds for distribution so you can work and submit your films to festivals, right? Because if not, you're gonna be paying out of pocket and it's gonna hurt. Can we get some for that hurt? But also, moving forward, like outside of having money for film festivals, you also want, marketing. I talked about, Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan doing a lot of marketing for centers, but even on like a lower level scale of us as independent filmmakers, like Facebook ads, making posters, different ways of like marketing our film, right? Because as filmmakers, what we really want is for people to watch our stuff, right?
Right.
And we might all have like individual followings from like our Facebook friends, but the goal is also to like get people who don't know us to watch our
Yeah.
films, right? And so it takes money to like get that promotion out there, whether it's, making posters or printing posters or Facebook ads or uh you know, we aren't all editors here, so sometimes you got to pay people to cut trailers and get
Yep.
trailers out,
Yeah.
as well as like submissions to like distributors and stuff like that. Like it's a cost for everything in the film industry.
It all
And
adds up, bro.
it does.
Every little thing.
It does. And so we enjoy making films. Uh However, it costs. But we like everything you do costs, especially now, especially the price of gas, unfortunately, is going up. Everything is going up, right? But like we still do what we have to do, and I feel like all of us can like attest and attribute like you invest in what you want and what you enjoy doing. And filmmaking for all of us is a passion. So with everything it's like an investment, right? So you
Hey,
believe like,
how can we support Calvo every month at Cask and Flights?
oh yeah, great segue. So it's not really it's a great segue. It's not really support for me. I just am kind of standing behind the scenes putting it on, but really a support for the local film community, right? So also, if you have a film out there and you are a filmmaker and you are listening and watching, we host an event at Cask and Flight's Wine Tasting Room, downtown Pensacola, every first Tuesday called Scenes and Sips, where you can come out and enjoy an intimate, exclusive night of short films from local filmmakers from around the Gulf Coast, surrounding area, which now we are not only extending the invitation to Gulf Coast filmmakers, but from filmmakers from across the world. So if you have a film that you want to be shown to an audience that may not be in your region, submit it now to scenesandsips@gmail.com. This one is outside of Films for the Freeway. It is free submissions. However, let me put
What
this.
was that? How much does it cost?
It is free
Free.
because we don't want, we want to use the platform to like show for filmmakers to, really share their art and their work, right? Outside of the festival realm, because festivals, like for me, I'm gonna talk about that too real quick about why I started doing film festivals.
Okay.
Uh, but festivals can be discouraging, but we also want to have platforms for people to like share their work because as artists, we create our art for ourselves, but we also create it to share with others. So with that being said, if you are a filmmaker and not only a local filmmaker, but a filmmaker from anywhere, and you want your film to be shown or to be submitted for consideration, because you know we have to review your film before we can't just show everything. Uh, Send it to us by emailing us at scenes and sips. So like sips at gmail.com. Scenes and sips at gmail.com for consideration. And hopefully your film or work will be shown at the next one or any of the upcoming ones on the first Tuesday. All right. So festivals, right? Real quick. This has nothing to do with budgeting, right? But the reason why I do this work personally, y'all getting a inside scoop story here, right? Of why I decided to start at like hosting film festivals and doing the platform work. One, because like that platform was given to me, but like me being a filmmaker trying to submit for film festivals, y'all, it got discouraging, man.
Oh yeah, that's why I don't do too many of them.
I'm gonna toot my own horn here, y'all. If y'all ain't seen my work, I made some incredible work.
Yeah, you do,
and
bro. You make double shit. It's so
and
fire.
I'm not saying that to be boastful, but like I do, like I know the quality of stuff I put out, and I'm proud for the ones who support me, right? And I just was like a lot of filmmakers coming up trying to submit to like everything. I tell y'all, in 2020, right, I spent $850 submitting 2 films to film festivals, right? I had 2 films I made in 2020, and I spent $850 submitting both of those films to multiple film festivals, right? I only got into 2.
$800,
$850.
$50.
But you
That
believe in
50
yourself.
that 50
you
hurts.
believe in your passion.
It
you know?
does.
Did you win
Sometimes
either
you
of them?
I did not win.
Oh shit!
I got selected to 2 of them. Shout out to Sidewalk Film Festival in Birmingham, Alabama. And shout out to the Black Film Festival in Atlanta.
They not like us. They not like us.
But because of that, I was like, you know what? Like, let me just like, I'm sure I'm not the only filmmaker out here who has incredible work that wants to like share their work but can't get accepted. So like, let me, since I have been blessed to be in a position to like have a platform, like let me share the platform with other like fellow creatives to where they can like share their work, and yeah, because collectively we all out here just trying to get it and grow, and
Yeah, it's really nice too. I've been to the Scenes and Sips. It's nice.
appreciate
It's a good
that.
time.
It is. It's a
Really good time.
vibe.
It's really
Just a
nice, yeah.
vibe. Get to enjoy other people's creative passions. And Georgia Snow, yo. How about Maverick of 5th of Apple Crown for studio time? That's what's up. I know you like that Apple Crown.
That's my boy. That's my boy.
We want some crown over here. No, I'm just joking.
Do something, bro. My water, it's hot in here.
No, we good though. All right, so as we continue going, we one thing, another little point real quick before we kind of bring it to a close, right? Is the tiers of filmmaker, right? According to the industry, right? So a lot of us, independent filmmakers, I've seen I do it, I've seen other people do it. Like for us, the ways we are able to, we talked about building the budget and not having the money to do it, right? But the ways a lot of us are able to do it is from you all who are listening and tuning in, right? Support. We are independent, essentially independent businesses out here without funds. So we're trying to a lot of times come to the community and ask for help and support, right? So a lot of major studios have big budget productions behind them, but unfortunately at the level that we operate as of right now, we don't have that backing, right? So a lot of people who are filmmakers, including myself, have started GoFundMe's or different crowdfunding campaigns. We'll shoot you a text and be like, "Hey, we got this project. Can you support us? Can you cash out us? Can you donate to help us with our cause?" Right? And so we don't do it because we want the money for ourselves. We do it because we have to pay cast and crew, right? every essential person who comes and works on this project or whatever project we're working on, like we mentioned today, they come on and a lot of times they're working a full 8 to 12 to 16-hour days sometimes.
24-hour days.
And you have multiple people and we make great quality work for you all's enjoyment, but like at the level that we operate, like we don't have the funds to do it, you know? So therefore, we come to you and we ask that you all support us, right? And this isn't like this podcast is no way of us like segueing to like ask for we are asking for donations, but not the purpose of this podcast, right? However, like I do want to just bring into perspective like us asking for money, right? So filmmaking is expensive, right? According to SAG, which is like the big actors union, a lot of people are familiar with them because they went on strike and caused a lot of uproar and production were delayed and blah blah blah, right? Everything's good now, but SAG is what gives the guideline for how movies are made and the tiers that are made, right? So the level that we operate and for the filmmaking that a lot of us do here in the studio is considered we make micro budget films, right? Which is considered anything under $20,000, right? So $20,000 sounds like a lot of money, but in actuality, for filmmaking, when you look at
it's nothing.
yeah, it's nothing. It really is because like
a real movie, like let's say real movie, a big budget movie maker would be like, what? They wouldn't even
Millions.
couldn't do nothing with that.
yeah. And so that is micro budget. So then on top of micro budget, you have short project budget, which is a tier above that, which is anything under 50K, right? So short budget project is what is considered short films only. So we make short films, right? We've been blessed with the resources and the talent and the people to make it at the cost that we are able to make it at. But according to industry, short films are supposedly in this tier of being shot under $50,000. And I know, and I've seen in like interviews of filmmakers who have made incredible short films, and they have budgets of like $20,000 to $50,000, and they make short films. Me making them with little to no cost, I'd be thinking
$50.
Look.
But you make it stretch, bro. You be making work.
I be thinking like, y'all know, and I'm sure you probably feel the same way. You know what you could do with $50,000? Like,
man. $50,000, they can make a.
You can make 5 movies with that, bro. 5 full feature films.
5 good full features.
And then like, so we got micro, short, right? And then we get to ultra low budget. So we are like 2 tiers below what is considered an ultra low budget.
Shout out to ultra low.
Ultra low budget for the industry. And I just want to ask y'all, what do y'all think is considered under ultra low?
Probably under 5,000. Like enough to turn
Wait,
the camera
no.
on.
It gotta be ultra low is above short project. So short project, yeah. So you got micro, short, ultra low. So ultra low has to be higher than 50,000. So what do y'all think it is?
So that'd probably be any kind of 2B movies because the guy from Detroit, he spends like 50, 60 on his films. He spends that in marketing. So does it include marketing or is it just production?
Everything.
Oh. I guess under 100. 50
So,
to 100.
What's your guess, man?
What was the guess on what now?
So what would you consider, what do you think they consider as ultra low budget film?
Budget, above 50 though?
Yeah, above 50. What number?
Probably 51 and above.
So
or 51 to the next tier.
Ultra low budget film is considered anything under $300,000.
Oh, Lord.
Oh shit.
$300,000. Anything. If you make a film for $250,000, that is a ultra low budget film. Oh, it's the ultra for me, y'all. Ultra
low. Why y'all gotta throw that in there, man?
I'm doing good. Thinking I made a movie for $100,000. Ultra low.
That shit gonna be crispy, bro. 100,000.
Ultra low budget. And above that, right, is a modified low budget. So
Modified.
it's like terrible subscriptions around here.
What's making these names up?
Ultra low. All right. So then we have modified low budget, right? Which is considered $700,000 or less.
I mean,
700,000. 700.
It's
If you-
still low.
but if you
It's
take
still
into
low.
account marketing, because you probably have to split that budget in half. Half of that's going to be for production
And paying actors and all that too.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then half of it's for whatchamacallit.
That's what I'm saying. So like really
to actually make a return.
No, but no, seriously though, seriously. On the serious tip, I'm glad I'm glad y'all brought that back. So $700,000, right? For us listening to it, and for the viewers listening to it or listeners listening to it, $700,000 to the average person, even rewinding going under $700,000, right? Going back to the ultra low budget of $300,000, right? In film, it's not that much money, right? Because you got to think, all right, a film, we film in 12, let's just put a number out there. We film in 10 days, right? 10 days, director is going to probably get paid. I don't want a short-term director, but we'll say $20,000, right? 10. We'll say $10,000, right?
Normally in those type of budgets, they're the ones that created the project. So the writer.
Well, no, that's probably for
director-
micro. That's what we operate
Oh,
at.
micro. Okay.
We at
Maybe
ultra
I should
low.
hire
We're on
somebody.
ultra micro low.
We're at-
Fucking.
We're at ultra low, right?
We're on flea level right now.
So we'll say like 15,000, right?
Mhm.
All right, day rate. So we'll day rate, right? So a day rate for a director probably at ultra low would probably be at least like 2,500, right? So 2,500 times 10, that's $25,000.
Mhm.
That because 2,500 that's a pretty good ultra low rate for a director, right? Micro would probably be like 500 because 500 day rate, that sounds more about our ultra super whatever micro low budget,
You're
right?
just talking for the director.
For the director, right? That's only one person. So I come with you and I'm like, hey, I got a 2,500 day rate to work on this film. I mean, you got a budget of $200,000. You could do that. So that's 2,500. That's 25 out of that. That's one person. You got to think. All right, the first AD is probably like 2,000. The second AD might be 1,500. Like that's just that. And you got
DP, camera operator,
bro-
first AC.
and you got multiple people in multiple roles. PAs, the cast, the crew. We talked about feeding people. You got to feed all these people. Like all of
location
that.
permits,
All of that. So
insurance.
for multiple days. We talked about location being $500 for one location for one day. You doing the shoot there for 10 days. That's half your budget
Yeah.
right there, So bringing it all into perspective, like with us even just jokingly calling out these numbers, it sounds like a lot. But when you pull into like the people who are in the roles and having to pay people for multiple days, and then don't go over overtime because in the industry, if you go over a 12-hour day, you got to pay people a time and a half, and they are like the unions are very serious about that. To where like if you go over a 12-hour day, by a minute, any hour after that, you have to pay the cast and crew a time and a half. So that's every single person on this film being paid additional costs.
And that's just production. We're not even editing yet.
We're all in production, and this is cast and crew and extras. Like it all adds up. So with that said, we're still in modified low. So a low budget, when people call stuff low budget, it's really, it really is like a compliment because low budget is considered anything over $2.5 million, y'all. Industry standards, according to SAG, is a low budget film or a low budget agreement, which is what SAG people sign on, is anything under 2.5 million.
That's crazy.
2.5 million.
But they're doing everything legit though.
They are
Everything's legit.
They are doing it legit,
Everything
but
is
I mean,
written.
like we all operate in our own legitimacy, you know. Give me some for that because that was great. But still, like, there's a penny to everything, right? And everything has a cost. That's what it all boils down to. And so, like, we talk and we can hear a big number and it sounds because, like, with us hearing a large number, we think $2.5 million. Like, we think of it from an individual standpoint. But one thing that I have kind of like since working in film, and one thing that I encourage people to do when they watch movies is think, all right, you got $2.5 million budget, right? When you watch a film, how many names do you think roll in that credit?
Lots and lots.
Yeah.
Like credits roll for about 6 minutes on the average.
And
After
the only reason they watch that is to watch the ending of a Marvel film.
yeah, I'm with it, yeah. But you think how many names you see, and those people had to be paid for multiple days.
Yeah.
All right, bro. So I always wonder what's Best Boy. 'Cause that sounds kind of
The Best Boy?
sounds like Diddy-ish. What's Best Boy?
Diddy-ish.
Please.
Did he?
The Best Boy.
Go ahead. Tell me what the Best Boy is. How come do they have a Best Girl?
No.
Best Tranny?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
It's a non-binary role.
Okay.
But it is going to be taking the dominant male pronoun for
Okay.
Best Boy, right? So Best Boy is like the lead. So like you have Best Boy Grip, Key Grip, Best Boy, Best Boy, right? So they are like the head of the department basically.
Okay. Best Boy.
Yeah.
That's like a term.
Yeah, it's a term,
gonna be
yeah.
like it's a thing.
It's
Yeah, when
it's
you see
actual
it scroll
role.
down,
Yeah.
I'm like, what's Best Boy?
Oh, it's like an actual fucking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
actual
actual.
role. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I want to be Best Boy.
And then
Don't be best man.
Say you.
Don't fucking call me best boy, best man over here.
But like also like you see like Key, like Key. You
Yeah,
see
it's Key Grip. Yeah. I understand.
So it's in the same sense of like
Some LA shit.
Of course, but it's it's industry. So I was going back trying to look at some of the comments.
I gotta do that now, and the next time I do, I want you to be the best boy on my set. You're Cletus's best boy.
Write the line in. Georgia Snow said,
"Oh yeah, that's my bro, man. Shout
"What's
out
my
to
dream? My brother messed." Oh
yeah, he's talking about the
something
studio
else.
stuff.
Mad support. I can't act for real, Maverick.
I got you, man. I got you, dog. Come through, man. When we film every week, man.
Benjamin said, listening to what you say is all facts. Do you have a TikTok? A lot of folks blow up from the talk. And then I think he was referring to our guesstimates of budget. He said $150K, which was half of what ultra low budget is. And then, yeah, thanks for tuning in, Chad. But I hope this podcast and conversation has really brought things into perspective for everybody listening.
It should.
Shit's
It's
expensive.
brought a lot to me as well.
Like people, and you know what? So before
I do have a TikTok if you want to do one. But,
for real,
I do. There's
like make a TikTok.
no tech talk
Oh, a tech talk.
if you want to.
Oh yeah, no,
we're
we
running
can.
over, but it's up to you.
Yeah, we're gonna do that tech talk. Cause we still okay. We got a few more minutes, but anyway.
Okay, cool.
I'm like I got excited. I'm like a TikTok. Like you do TikToks.
You can do that too, bro. We gotta get this podcast out
Hey,
there.
I am not on. Show yourself. I am not on TikTok, y'all, and so
You ain't on TikTok at all? You don't believe in it?
No, I do believe in it, and I support TikTok.
There's just so
But
many social medias
I
out there.
technically have a TikTok,
I'm barely on.
but I'm on Instagram like majority of my time, and
Mhm.
people just repost their TikToks to Instagram. So
Yeah, you still watching TikTok?
yeah. But no, seriously, just kind of wrapping up the conversation here.
Shit's
We
expensive.
we like to make we like movies. We need money.
Help us.
Help us. But no, I'm glad your help us make me think about something. So before I even got into filmmaking, right? Like when I was like, oh, like I like film. I went back and watched all these not YouTube videos of like famous filmmakers working on like first time films and stuff. And like I know for sure like some of them were a lot of our famous filmmakers talked about, especially from back in the day where like they were struggling to make films, how they were maxing out credit cards. So like, and I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, like why would you do that? And
Now
now I'm
you
in
see.
now I'm in it. I'm in it, and I'm like, man, like
I can see it too.
it is. And so I tell people, you be talking to people and whatnot. People be like, how did like what? Give me a filmmaking advice, right? Like, how did you get in film? How do you feel about film? I'm gonna look at the camera and tell y'all, don't do it. Don't fall in love with film.
Unless you got money.
Don't want to be a filmmaker because it is the most joyous thing, and you will love every moment about filmmaking. Like Mav said earlier, like it's addicting. Like it's an escape.
The therapy.
Once
you
you're
get.
in it, you're just in it.
You get to control this little world.
Like seriously, like it is like the best thing that you can do, but it is a curse. Because once you do it, it ain't no going back. Like once you get that like taste of working in film, or like you make something, or just in not necessarily making, but just a part of it, it's like you can't return. You're in the sunken place. You're just stuck there. I feel like some tears are running down my eyes real quick, a little bit
Let's see.
side. It's just
That Indian tear.
It's windy in here, man.
But no, fall in love with film, fall in love with filmmaking, support filmmakers. We're all great filmmakers out here. We will collectively continue to do our work and
You
support.
crying, bro?
I am, bro. I get emotional.
Oh, he's actually crying.
Wow.
Those are my Denzel tears. This
I mean, let's zoom in and deliver a line or something.
I'm gonna be like, what's my woman name? Viola Davis. It's not gonna be coming out soon. Oh no, but seriously, on a serious tip though, seriously, we just thank y'all. Real talk. Mav, thanks for coming in today.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you guys.
bro.
Thanks for continuously just, Mav is one of the hardest working people I know for sure.
Shout out to you, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate all your praises, brother, and I appreciate y'all having me on here, man. It's all y'all too, man. I got nothing but respect for y'all, man. Y'all are killing it as well, man. Y'all are probably a tier above me on the
There ain't no tears
on the
here,
knowing
bro.
what you're doing
all
part.
Run
Yeah,
our own races, bro.
But you guys,
Our
man,
own marathons.
yeah,
We
you guys
good.
are the shit, man. I, mean, I appreciate y'all
So,
having me.
real quick, Mav, I want to just give you the camera solo. I want you to tell people how to find you, where to find you, how to support you, where plug yourself, tell people where to go watch your videos at. And
Go to Collab Lab Productions on YouTube. We got a TikTok. It's Collab Lab Productions 850. It's not.
Spell it out because I know it's spelled a little weird.
Oh yeah. Collab Lab. So it's all one word. COLLABLAB, and then Productions. Yeah, YouTube right now. We got a bunch of stuff cooking up. We only have a few videos on the YouTube right now, but we got like a lot of stuff that's coming out. Y'all be on the lookout for it. Bubba Cleese.
Shout
y'all,
out,
man. Appreciate y'all.
When you gonna put me in the skit?
Whenever you want, man. I got you, bro.
I just, all this.
I didn't know you acted.
I just gave you some Denzel
He's
tickers.
An actor. Look,
I
he
don't
just
know.
cried on
Yeah,
camera.
I know. I didn't know that. I got you, bro. I got you.
My whole life is an act.
My wife says my whole life is an act. You're not up there editing all night. Oh my gosh, bro.
Terrible. All right, so
yeah, man, I appreciate y'all.
No, appreciate you. So we ain't done with you yet, but I'm gonna turn
shit.
it over to your boy real quick so he can give us a quick tech talk.
All right, with this tech talk, I need someone to go on that cart over there, dig underneath the cap and gowns. There's like a little adapter thing like this. Like it's like a little lens adapter almost. It's like black. No, it's on the second shelf, right there. Look under those cap and gowns. It's like a little lens adapter looking thing, like round. Boom. All right. So we cannot afford a macro lens. They $1,000, $1,500, $2,000. You get this little $20 adapter here. It's a macro adapter. So basically, what you do is you take this thing. Let me go and take Caval's camera. So here, hopefully, my camera doesn't freeze.
Whoa.
Okay, here we go. Boom. Okay, so we take this little camera here, and his prime lens. Take it out. Boom. Put the little adapter right here.
And so your buoy is taking off a regular lens from a Sony camera and putting on the adapter.
I got 3 kids, but I can't stick this in. Hold on. I'll stick it. There we go. Boom.
To put it on the
So I
camera.
got the little. I'm putting it's made by Mikey for E-mount for Sony.
Is it the M-I-E-K-E?
MEIKE.
Oh yeah, I said it backwards. Yeah,
There we go. Then you put this little boom. Okay. So it's out of focus. So it's for if you want to do any type of macro shots. So you can go real close. Boom.
So can you explain what macro means real quick?
Macro means you can just get really close to an object and get the focus. Let me see. Let me turn it off. There you go. Auto. Then you just gotta. Sometimes I don't have any. Turn the auto.
All right, so
Well, anyway, see how close I can get? Boom.
Oh, yeah, that is
see
real
the
close.
macro? So you can get real close. So instead of spending like $2,000-$3,000 on a macro lens, you get this little $20 adapter. Take any prime lens. See, look at the dust on there. See, you get so close. So that is a I don't know, macro adapter.
All right,
$20.
So $20
any lens
can save you
thousands of dollars. $20 macro lens. So you're getting those tight, smooth shots. You want to get someone's like.
Oh
boom.
yeah, we see your eye. Yeah, that's.
You want to do that right there? Yeah, right there. All in my eye. You want to get that shot? Boom.
All right, and so for this macro lens adapter, right? We can tell the people where they can find it at.
Anywhere, Amazon, B&H. Amazon is probably the best deal because these are like third-party Chinese lenses. Probably got like $500 tariff on it now, but you know.
No. Seriously.
Yeah, hold on, let me get this back on Calvo.
Hey, I want to just say, y'all have cracked me up tonight. It has been a great conversation. I appreciate y'all. Real talk.
Yeah, man. Likewise.
Focus. Oh, click this button right here. Click the AF. Oh, somewhere over here. There's an AF switch. There we go. Boom.
All right.
There you go. Nice and crispy, bro.
Appreciate that. All right. So we are coming to the close of this week's podcast, you all. So Mav, each week as we close out the podcast, right, we give a final thought. Right. And so we're gonna give the floor to you. And you gotta make it sound real deep and real good because we're putting the pressure on you.
Final thought for just for the episode
that you just want to leave with the people.
Period.
It could be about the episode. It could be about life. It could be whatever your gem is to the world. This is your moment.
Man, you made me get deep on them and shit. If you find something that's like how we feel about the movie stuff, where you're like able to escape reality, or don't sell your house for it, but don't stop chasing it, man, because you never know whenever you might just make that thing that's gonna make it all worth it,
Dope. How about?
Every frame.
Don't take mine, bro. I just broke mine.
Yeah, so your boo would be going to Chat GPT for the final thought, so I was trying to read his. Don't move it over there so I can't see it.
He fucking moved it.
Oh, I love it here. That's cool. I wrote mine down.
Damn, y'all made me free. Y'all got shit wrote down.
You're a rapper.
We set you
You're
up.
a rapper, bro. You write scripts.
We should have had you. You want to freestyle on the mic?
No.
Boom. Let's go.
Damn,
Let's
man.
drop
If
a
I
beat.
had something prepared, Owen.
All right, so Chat GPT wrote this one for me.
See, okay, go ahead, bro.
No matter your budget, how you treat your cast and your crew matters the most. More than a gear list, more than food. Respect the time, protect the vision, and always budget like you're building something that lasts.
Touche, ChatGPT.
Here's my Chat GPT thought of the day.
Every frame you
You be my hype man. You can end my sentences.
No.
Every frame you capture is a decision to see the world with intention. So keep your lens focused on what matters most. Just like in low light, it's the shadows where true stories find their contrast and meaning. And when the scene feels out of sync, remember, even the best films come together in post. Your moment will too.
Damn, that was great.
Like how you did your moment.
I think I'm on skit too, bro. We should
dude,
should write us in as like a
podcast,
screenwriter,
dude,
director, camera.
Oh, that would be
Maybe
dope.
we're shooting a short film for you.
Yeah, you could be like that dude from Tom Cruise's guy in Tropic Thunder.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that way. No.
You can play the Asian guy and I'll play the black guy.
Let's do it. I got the eyes.
Yes.
But we got an Asian guy, remember? That dude earlier.
Hey, that's
This
what I
dude
thought
came up
about.
to me at the bowling alley.
That's what I thought about when your boy in the comments was like, "Hey, I can
act."
act." Yeah, this man came up to Mav on the streets, just did a whole audition.
Yeah, he's acting
Shout
the
out.
Asian accent. His accent was good too.
It was.
I was like, yeah, go
And
get
he
your
did
number.
Mexican too.
Yeah, Mexican Asian
Oh, wow.
accents. And he was like kind of, I don't know what he was, but he looked like he could probably pass for either kind of.
If you're watching, shout out to you, man. You got to roll.
Yeah. I got you. I'm writing you in. I'm gonna text you.
All right, no, but great final thoughts from everybody. It has been a great episode. We thank you all again for tuning in to the Shot Callers podcast. Whether you're watching live on Facebook, YouTube, or any of our other live visual streaming platforms, or listening to us on the go on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Thank y'all for tuning in. Also, if you are listening to us on Apple Music or Apple Podcasts or Spotify, be sure to subscribe because we need some subscribers and that counts towards us. And so
Go hit that subscribe button. Subscribe.
also, if you are watching us on Facebook or YouTube, also hit that subscribe button because we need you to subscribe for us. But also, no, we really do. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. We thank you again, Matt, for coming out,
Good job.
joining in our shenanigans and our conversations. We hope you have enjoyed yourself.
Oh yeah. For sure.
Thank you for also, sharing words of encouragement and your insight. And yeah, your buoy is always a great time, my guy.
Always, bro. And Here we go. You're... Garbage. Next one.
Wait,
Sorry.
no. Where's the one I said?
He said garbage.
Calvo. Where's it? Let me go to downloads, bro. Do you remember the name of it?
Yeah. Calvo, it's gonna say Calvo. So last week, y'all, this is terrible. Last week,
What was it?
last week,
The 10th.
last week was the
I gotta
10th,
look
bro.
for it. April 10th.
So last week we made AI generated music, and it was great. What your boo just played for y'all,
No, that was trash.
I'm disappointed.
This is the
Okay.
first.
Here we
first-
go.
All right. So y'all check this out. We got a theme song.
Here we go. Hey.
Thank y'all for listening to the Shot Callers podcast.
2 minds, 1 mission, elevating the game.
Hey. We got an open verse for you.
What?
We got an open verse for you, bro.
Open verse, I got it.
There we go. Drop it.
From the lens to the cut, yeah, we calling the play. Direct in the flow like we moving ballet. Calvo bring the story, every scene got soul. Yabu E painting light, every shot got gold.
Shot Callers
Behind the
Podcast.
glass or behind the mic.
That's
We break
crazy,
it all
dude.
down, every wrong, every right. This is the
I'm
spot
just
where
talking.
the real ones speak. Where film meets truth every day of the week. We the shot callers, no cap, just facts. From the first frame roll to the final act. If you living for the art, then you already know. Tune in with the squad, let the creativity flow.
Hey.
That shit's hard.
Boom, boom.
AI ain't gonna need us too much longer. Fuck.
We out, bro.
All right.
Appreciate
No, appreciate y'all. Y'all tune in next week, 8 p.m.
Your boy, they waiting on who next.